Hi, welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing another new tool video. So I'm going to try to do one of these once a week, like I said last week. You know, like a new tool Tuesday or something like that. So I've done a couple of them recently. I did one on the lawnmower, I did one on the Milwaukee detailing light, I did one on the Source Garage wheel detailing stand, so take a look at those. So this week I'm going to be talking about two new Milwaukee products. So this is their Rover M12 service and repair floodlight, and this is their M18 Rover floodlight. All right, so these are both tool-only options. They do, I think, have both of these as a combo pack, but I chose the tool-only. The M18 is about $100. The Rover M12 is about $69, I think, like 70 bucks. I picked them both up from Home Depot because they had them in stock. So the first one we'll open, this is the M18, and this is what it looks like. And take it out of the bag. So all that's here is the light itself. There is no, additional battery or charger or anything like that. Like I said, it is a tool-only kit. It does have a protective covering over the light. You can see the spot in the back where it takes the M18 battery. This one here is the M12, and this one has kind of that blister pack packaging that is a pain to open. So the M18 definitely has better packaging, but that wasn't too bad. So here's the M12 Rover. I have a CP 2.0 battery in here, but I have some other batteries floating around too. So it's got a magnet on the back of it, so it'll stick to anything that's magnetic. And on the front, there's this light that pivots 120 degrees. So there's your center. It goes 60 degrees in either direction. And there we are. High, medium, off. Well, there's two brightness settings. So this unit itself is 700 lumens of brightness. On the high setting, it's 250 lumens on the low setting. And they say that it has 24 hours of runtime at 250, 8 hours of runtime at 700, and that's with an XC 4.0 battery. So it could be inferred that a normal 2.0 battery like this guy would give it about half of the runtime, maybe a little bit less. So the reality is that I don't think runtime is an issue for either of these devices. And the reason why I say that is because I can charge this battery in about 30 minutes. And even if it lasts a quarter of the time that they said at 700 lumens, that would still be 2 hours. So I could charge this battery, 3 or 4 times. So as long as you've got extra batteries, you should be fine. They say that it works with an XC 4.0 or the other batteries. I think it creates a bulkiness to it, but it's probably okay. It's just kind of what it looks like with this battery, but that could actually kind of act like a foot, so you could stand it on the battery and leave it like that. And it's really not bad. So this is a 6.0 battery, so this would even have more than 8 hours of runtime. So where I'm seeing these being useful is to be, kind of under a car. So you're under a car, you're working on a lift, you're trying to light up underside so that you can work. You want something that you're not holding in your hands that can kind of just sit on the floor. It's rubberized, it's protected, you can hit it with your creeper, drop a wrench on it, something like that, you're not going to break it. I think that both of these could really fit that bill. So let's, we're going to take them under the car. I've got the Mini here up on the quick jack, so we're going to take them under the car and we're going to kind of look at how they work and see how they operate. I think I like this one better, but I'm not 100% certain yet, so let's find out. All right, so here we are under the Mini Cooper. I'm just kind of here on my Swiss tracks, my creeper. It's up on the quick jacks, as you can see the quick jacks there. And we've got some room. So imagine you're doing an exhaust or you're doing something like that. And I mean, I have the lights in the garage off to add to the kind of effect and make this work a little bit harder. But the reality is when you've got overhead lights and you're underneath a car, it's usually pretty dark. So let's start off with the M12 Rover first. So this is the brightest setting. This is the low setting. So on the brightest setting, the light output is really good. It's It's not too concentrated, meaning it's lighting up a fairly large section. So you can see, like, I'm from the front of the exhaust here all the way back to about the center chassis brace on the Mini Cooper. So, you know, it's probably a 3 or 4 foot section of the car that's lit up. I can easily come over here and I can put it underneath the suspension, you know, a right rear corner or something like that, and I can see all the suspension nuts and bolts and stuff. It's not something where, you know, I'd have to lift it up to be able to see up in these crevices, but it lights up pretty much everything that's available from the ground. And it's long enough that the shadowing is fairly minimal when we're looking, you know, past something. Like, so if we look past this arm, so the light is here, but because there's lights kind of along that distance, there isn't a ton of shadow here. We can kind of still see all of the bolts and, you know, these leveling sensors and all of that stuff there. So the light output is pretty good. Now, it does have a magnet on the back of it, which I think is kind of cool. So we can stick it to something like, you know, we can stick it to this lift here, for example, and we can kind of angle it up so that it's pointing at an angle. So that's what it looks like. You know, they're kind of attached to the lift. I can shut off the light so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So there it is, attached to the leg of the lift, and it's kind of pointed up. That is the sharpest angle that it can go to, right there. So it can't do like a 90-degree right angle or anything like that. But it's still really not bad, and we're lighting up a good portion of the car. So if you had a taller lift or you had something that was a little bit bigger, you could probably stick it to one of the arms or something underneath the scissor lift. Just be careful when you're closing it, you don't crush your light. You know, it's rubberized plastic, or that hard Milwaukee plastic, like all of their other tools. So it seems durable, and it seems like it's going to hold up pretty well. If I, you know, smack it with something or whatever, I think it's going to be perfectly fine. But I mean, it's a $70 light. It's not the most expensive thing in the world. So, you know, if you did happen to break one, you know, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I've never broken a Milwaukee tool in 12 years of ownership, so I don't know that you ever will. So let's look at the other one now. Oh, and it's important to note that there is a little battery indicator on here as well that shows you the battery life that you have left, just like all other Milwaukee tools. So this guy, this is obviously much bigger. It's also much brighter. It definitely lights up a bigger section of the car. It has kind of these fixed angles because it's an octagon. You can, you know, kind of rotate it on these angles. But there's no magnet or anything like that, and there's no adjustability really. The light just comes off of one side. So I think that it's definitely brighter, but there's two things that I think make it worse than the M12. First off, it's so bright. You maybe run this at half speed. Yeah, that's probably better. It's so bright that it's actually kind of harsh when you look back towards it. It catches you and it kind of blinds you. And then secondly, for a lift that's got a height like this, I feel as though it's starting so high up off the ground that the light gets concentrated on a smaller space. You know, so if we look at let's just compare these two lights here. So, you know, here is the M18. Shut that off. And here is the M12. And it's a greater distance of light that's being provided. It's a little bit better dispersed, I think, and I think it's a little bit less harsh on your eyes. Also, you kind of have this little angular adjustment, which means that you don't have to be at quite, you know, 1/8 of 180 degrees. So that'd be like 22.5 degrees is where you can go. So, well, no, I take that back because it's a circle. So, so it'd be 45 degrees. So in summary, I think that this one is the one that you want over the M18. 3 reasons. Number 1, the adjustability on this is better. So with this, I can either have it straight up, I can have it at a 45-degree angle, I can have it at a 90-degree angle. There is no in between. The light is very concentrated, which makes it very bright, but it doesn't have a ton of dispersion and you're not lighting up a large area underneath the vehicle. This allows me to do the light at 90 degrees and any degree I want all the way up to, it's got 110 degrees of adjustability, so that would be like 55 right there. And then I could go here and I could gain 55 back from 90. So really I could go any degree that I want to all the way around this light. The next thing is the height. Because this is so tall, which doesn't seem like much of a difference, you know, but it's twice the height of this other M12 light. Because of that, especially when you're on a shorter lift like this, where it's only 21 inches to the bottom of the car on this quick jack, this is a very concentrated light on the bottom of the car. This is, again, more dispersed. The last thing is the battery. So this M12 battery, I tend to have a ton of these, a ton. I probably have, I don't know, 12 of them. Where the M18 batteries I have a lot less of, and they're a lot more expensive. So this battery is like 150 bucks. This battery is significantly less expensive, even, you know, and you could very easily run it off of one of these 2.0 batteries, and it's going to be just as bright and it's going to provide just as much output. But these batteries are very easy to come by. They're less expensive. This light is less expensive. You know, so all in, if you need a light with a battery, you're probably in the $150 range here, and here you're probably in the $225 range, 200, 225, something along those lines. Now, obviously, if you have a bunch of M18 tools already, this is a really good light. You know, if you have no M12 tools, you have no M12 batteries, you have no way to charge them, like, you know, maybe this doesn't make sense for you, but I have both. So this is the light that I want, am going to keep. You know, and this light, I don't know, I might hang on to it, but more than likely I will sell it, just because I don't think that it's I don't know, it's just not the best. I like this a lot better. Now, that being said, Milwaukee makes another light that they just came out with, which has an arm, like an articulating arm that you can stick to the bottom of the car, and you can position this light underneath the car. I'm gonna try to get one of those so I can test that out as well. But I think that this is the one for now. That makes the most sense. So I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you'll watch next week when I have another tool video. I'm hoping next week it'll be the Milwaukee Polisher. It might not be. I'm waiting for that to ship. But you know, keep watching and please subscribe, and you know, have yourself a great day.